Retention of First-Generation College Students by Sean Castle, Kenny Cobbs, and Justin Sandy. Let's talk the staggered start. Picture this. You're sitting in a car race and you notice the car closest to the starting line. Then a few feet back you see another car, and a few more feet back another. Why are they placed in this order? Why does one car get an advantage over the other? Does this advantage pay off for that driver in front? How do you start closer to the front of the starting line? In NASCAR, pole position or starting placement is determined by a qualifying fastest lap, or based on their position in a previous race. We view students' preparation for college as the same as pole positioning in NASCAR. Let's say, for instance, an ACT or SAT test score and high school GPA represent qualifying laps. And winning in previous races of life puts you at an advantage. These life races, say, are the race of financial support, the race of resources, the race of inquiry, and the race of involved and knowledgeable parenting. What are the effects of the starting position? Statistically, in NASCAR races, those drivers who begin the race up front are more likely to finish the race, while those who begin in the rear are more likely to have to leave the race due to wrecks, pileups, and wear and tear. This is similar to students who have to begin in the rear. They're more likely to end up dropping out. The goal of our presentation in dealing with retention is not to solve the overall problem, but to find any way to give every student the same opportunity or pole positioning. Let's first define first generation. Some research defines first generation students as students whose parents have no post-secondary education. For the purpose of this presentation, we will use the U.S. Department of Education's definition, which is students whose parents or legal guardians have not completed a bachelor's degree at a 4-year college or university, which is nearly 50% of today's college students. Let's review some brief history about first-generation students. Over the years, the definition of first-generation students has evolved. It was first defined by Fuji Adachi in 1979, though this wasn't the first attempt to reach out to first-generation students. Upward Bound was created in 1964 as part of the Economic Opportunity Act by President Lyndon B. Johnson in his War on Poverty. The program was aimed at encouraging disadvantaged youths to attend college, particularly low-income students and students whose parents did not attend college. Research on the subject was increased following a 1996 article entitled First Generation College Students: Characteristics, Experiences, and Cognitive Development.
There are several problems facing first-generation college students, ranging from finances to limited guidance from both parents and high school counselors to time management and a longer overall time to degree completion.
When it comes to limited finances, first-generation students are twice as likely to be financially independent compared to other college students. In 2004, 54% of first-generation students were financially independent, while only 27% of students who were not first-generation had full financial responsibility for themselves. First-generation students are more likely to be providing support for dependents, working part-time or full-time jobs, and have a lower family income than their peers. Even when a student's financial aid package fully covers college costs, students sometimes experience financial crises that can potentially lead them to leave college. A health problem, a lack of childcare, or even car trouble can be the last straw for a student who is barely making ends meet. Some colleges and universities find that offering emergency aid, typically in the form of a small grant, can be enough to overcome these barriers and keep students in school. A lack of adequate funding can be a major barrier to college completion. Both prior to and during college, institutions that work with students to ensure that they are getting appropriate financial support are more likely to keep them enrolled. Many colleges and universities are also finding that it is valuable to teach financial literacy. Helping students create and maintain a budget, find ways to handle expenses not covered by financial aid, and understand the implications of choosing to borrow can be good strategies for overcoming financial barriers to persistence. In terms of limited guidance, first-generation students do not have the same parental guidance as their peers when it comes to making informed decisions about colleges. Low-income high schools may also have less resources at hand for students to receive guidance about their future after graduation. Students are best served if they receive information about college academics while they are still in high school. Early information can help students make more informed choices about high school courses so they have the necessary academic preparation to be admitted to the institution and program of their choice and to succeed in college classes. While high school counselors and teachers often communicate this information to their students, they typically do not have the most updated or institution-specific information. Multifaceted partnerships between institutions of higher education and school districts or individual high schools are important and useful vehicles for sharing academic expectations and enrollment information. These partnerships also engage faculty and staff from both sectors of education in developing more explicit alignment between secondary and post-secondary curricula, and therefore communicating to students more effectively and seamlessly the expectations of college-level work. Pre-college level programming can also help students perceive themselves as college-bound and contribute to a sense of engagement even before students arrive on campus for their first year in college. In terms of time management, first-generation students are more likely to work while they are in college and live off campus. This can negatively affect college academic and social integration outcomes. These mandatory extracurricular distance the students from joining and getting involved on campus organizations and opportunities. Student engagement in educationally purposeful activities is positively related to academic outcomes as represented by first year and senior student grades and by persistence between the first and second year of college. Student engagement, programmatic interventions such as first year seminars, service learning courses, and learning communities positively affects grades in both the first and last year of college as well as persistence to the second year at the same institution.
School engagement has a compensatory effect on first-year grades and persistence to the second year of college at the same institution. It is suggested that institutions should seek ways to channel student energy toward educationally effective activities, especially for those who start college with two or more risk factors, being academically unprepared or the first in their families to go to college from low-income backgrounds.
Research shows that enrollment in developmental coursework is often linked to lower rates of student retention and degree completion. In an effort to reduce the negative impact of the developmental coursework, colleges and universities have begun to experiment with alternative approaches that show promise in moving students more effectively and efficiently through remedial coursework. These innovations include breaking semester-long courses into shorter modules so that students only have to enroll in the modules they need, accelerating developmental coursework by offering material previously covered in multiple classes in one class with more contact hours, expanding computer-assisted and self-paced instruction, designing learning communities in which a cohort of students take all their developmental classes together, often in combination with the class on study skills, allowing students to enroll in certain courses for credit while still taking developmental courses so that they see more progress towards a degree, and lastly, integrating developmental education into academic programs rather than offering separate courses. While 42% of students whose parents attended college graduated within 4 years, only 27% of first-generation students graduated within 4 years. While nearly 60% of students whose parents attended college graduated within 5 years, less than 45% of first-generation students graduated in the same time frame. While 64% of students whose parents attended college graduated within 6 years, only 50% of first-generation students earned their degrees in that same time frame. So while first-generation students make up more and more of the student body at U.S. colleges and universities, they are not necessarily making up a higher percentage of graduates. Until the system makes it easier for those who want to earn a degree to do so while maintaining other responsibilities, the number of students with some college education but no degree to show for it will be a continuing challenge for the higher education industry. Around the country, there are different strategies colleges and universities have been using to enhance student retention. They're designed to help aid student success on a wide scale. These programs include living and learning communities, peer mentors, faculty mentors, freshman seminars, summer to semester transition, and college success courses. At the University of Illinois, they have instituted living and learning communities where residents in specific halls have access to many special resources, programs, and activities such as freshman orientation, seminars, tutors, mentoring programs, and smaller classes or reserved space in regular courses. In fact, many residence halls have classroom space located just a few steps from student rooms. At Arizona State University, highly qualified upper division and graduate students team up with freshmen to offer free academic support, information, skill development, and advocacy. These coaches have experienced the challenges and obstacles first-year students are facing and work closely with them to help form good study habits, solve problems, and lastly, adjust to the demands of college life and more. At Harvard, freshman seminars provide freshmen with a unique learning experience through close and early interaction with members of the faculty. Freshman seminars ordinarily involve one faculty instructor and 12 freshmen meeting weekly for 2 to 3 hours to explore a topic of mutual interest. Seminars are discussion-based, liberating both the instructor as well as the students. At the University of Texas, the Summer to Semester Bridge program provides incoming freshmen with tools and resources to jumpstart their first year on campus. Taking place during the second summer session, participants receive a fully funded academic experience that's grounded in community and provides a head start on life as a college student, subsequently launching them into a freshman year by becoming familiar with college life, campus resources, and more. In many universities nationwide, including ASU, students as well as faculty teach college success courses or workshops. In these courses, new or struggling students learn about study skills, time management, learning styles, career planning, and other topics valuable to college success. These courses also offer a ready-made opportunity for students to be exposed to the services offered at the university through visits from or field trips to the library, the tutoring center, the financial aid office, and elsewhere. A practice that helps students develop personal connections with the people who provide these services. In fact, research suggests that college success courses are particularly effective when integrated with advising, so that students receive substantial contact with their advisor throughout the semester. Though many universities have focused on improving retention for all students, recently some institutions have developed programs specifically designed for first-generation students. And we'll cover those examples in a moment. The University of Kentucky has pioneered the First Scholars Program, which is a comprehensive program created specifically to address the holistic development of first-generation students throughout their undergraduate college experience at the university. This program will allow first-generation students to benefit from specific residence halls just for them. They'll also benefit from on-site tutoring, weekly seminars about everyday college life, guest speakers being invited to campus, as well as directed counseling, volunteering, and other services set to enhance the first-generation student college experience. At Florida State University, the CARE Summer Bridge program provides a comprehensive program of orientation and academic support designed to ease the transition from high school to college while building a strong academic foundation. Applicants selected will be first-generation college students from socioeconomically disadvantaged backgrounds who have demonstrated a strong desire to succeed. Participants in this program will live together in campus housing during the initial summer term. They'll benefit from peer counselors, guides, and mentors. They'll tour campus facilities and the local community. They'll meet with key university faculty, staff, and administrators who will become part of the student support system. They'll also meet campus student leaders who will touch base with them on how to get further involved. And lastly, they'll participate in culturally enriching activities.
At the Community College of Denver, students who need remedial coursework can sign up for Fast Start at CCD, a program that allows them to take 2 levels of developmental math or reading and English as an integrated one-semester course with a single instructor. These accelerated developmental courses use active and collaborative learning methods to promote student engagement. In addition to the developmental course, each cohort of students takes a 1-credit college success course and participates in a weekly study group with the developmental course instructor. Students who participate in the program are more likely to complete developmental coursework, pass gateway college-level courses, and persist in college. Since 2002, the Pre-Testing Retesting educational program at El Paso Community College has worked to improve the success rates of academically underprepared students at the college. The program uses computer-aided instruction to help entering students prepare to take, and in some cases retake, placement exams. The intervention reduces the number of developmental education courses most participating students must take. Students who participate in the program also have higher grades and are more likely to persist than our other EPCC students. Sure Start is a learning community for underprepared first-generation students at Tarrant Community College's Southeast Campus. Through the program, students who require remediation in at least 2 areas, including reading, receive counseling, monitoring of academic progress, and course-embedded advising. Students also take 3 courses together, allowing them to bond and support each other. The college's administration, faculty, and student services work together to provide integrated support targeted to individual student needs. As a result, Sure Start students are more successful in college compared to their peers. On average, they complete more semester hours and earn higher grades than do similar students not in the program. At the University of Texas Pan American, students are offered a course, University 1301, Learning Framework. This course is designed to introduce students to the psychology of learning and how they can use that knowledge to enhance their educational experience. It has proven to be effective immediately in improving retention. At the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, students are offered success workshops. These workshops cover a variety of topics to assist students through their transition to college, success in the classroom, and make the most of their college experience. Some examples of these workshops include reading strategies, test-taking strategies, ideal study environments, and priority registration training. In 2005, the University of North Texas created its Student Money Management Center to address financial barriers to college success. Professional and peer counselors are available to assist students with budgeting, managing credit, repaying student loans, tax preparation, and similar issues. Students are given an online account to use as they plan their personal finances. The center also provides educational outreach efforts to thousands of UNT students through workshops, orientation programs, and a newsletter. Short-term emergency loans are also available to help students with unanticipated expenses that might prevent them from remaining enrolled.
At Austin Community College, they provide a program that brings advisors into local high schools to assist students applying to college. Seniors at 57 high schools and 25 school districts are required to participate in pre-college advising, take college placement tests, and apply to ACC. Students are also offered assistance in completing financial aid forms. At graduation, they receive an admissions letter to ACC with their diploma. College enrollments directly from affiliated high schools are up 21% since the program began in 2003. College Connection participants who enroll at ACC also persist at a higher rate than other ACC students. At Western Kentucky University, the students with fewer than 90 credit hours are required to contact an advisor prior to registration every semester. South Texas College's Beacon program assigns mentors to lower level and developmental math courses with high failure rates. Beacon mentors make several in-class presentations throughout the semester, highlighting the availability of support services. Mentors also work with faculty members to identify students who may be struggling in class and offer them assistance. Students in classes with a mentor were found to be more likely to use the Centers for Learning Excellence and to be less likely to drop the class. Part-time students, in particular, seem to benefit from the program. South Texas College also uses a case management advising approach. Each new student attends a mandatory orientation and is assigned a mentor, a faculty or staff member who has undergone training on how to advise students on academic and other issues, providing a single point of contact at the college to whom students can turn for help with a range of questions. Research conducted during the first year of the program, during which not all students were matched with a mentor, found that students who did participate had higher grades, higher rates of course completion, and higher fall to spring and fall to fall retention than did a group of similar students who did not participate. With a look forward to the future, and with notice of certain programs around the country being effective, our suggestion to the problem of retention would be to combine multiple facets of these programs. With our original goal in mind of getting students all at the front of the starting line, we see value in reaching out to the students while still in high school. Austin Community College has used the strategy of sending advisors to certain schools, giving guidance to the incoming students on financial aid, academics, and college entrance requirements. Students attending four-year universities could also benefit from this program. The proposed 6-week on-campus summer program will be people-driven, providing students with consistent interaction between higher-level students, faculty, and staff, in an effort to foster transformational relationships that inspire first-generation students to achieve their goals and motivate them to see college through until completion. Our approach would also be data-driven, where we will make it a priority to draw on the experience of recent graduates and collect findings related to the challenges commonly experienced by undergraduates and methods to combat said issues. Through the use of weekly one-on-one meetings with mentors, targeted programming, seminars on common college topics, i.e. campus involvement, financial aid, academic success, etc., students in the program will be better prepared to succeed both academically and personally at the college level. These relationships will not begin and end in this summer program, but will continue through the student's undergraduate career, enabling the students to possess the resources for any current school issues or future career seeking and preparation challenges. This concludes our presentation on retention of first-generation students. Thank you for your time.